Alright guys, this is Mr. Hayden. I'm your earth science teacher. I sent basically an extra credit project for you guys to accomplish, and there was some question on how you make the greenhouse and whatnot. So I went ahead and I'm going to make this video, and you can be able to watch it on YouTube and get to understand actually what I'm looking for. The idea is that you're going to be having two different plants. One is inside of a greenhouse, the other one is outside the greenhouse. So I recommend, if you can, go ahead and get some straws. The bendy ones are the best just because it automatically creates a corner for you. Then what you basically want to do is you want to connect the small end to the big end. The easiest way to do it is if you do crimp one side, just like this, and then go ahead and place it inside of the next tube like this, and then you go ahead and pull out and bend your straw. And then I'm going to just continue this real quick for you so I can move on to the next step. So you just continue the big end inside the small end, bend and turn again. And these you can get if you don't already have them. Sometimes you can just get them at some fast food places. If you don't already have them, you can get them at the dollar store, things like that. They're very inexpensive. So you just want to just continue it like this. Then you want to just finish the last part, and then you have your square. Once you have this square right here, you have one of the sides of your cube. A cube typically has 6 sides, but in this case you're only going to do plastic around 5 of the sides because you're going to need to be able to place it over the top, which will make sense in a bit. So once this gets complete, I do recommend, if you have any, you can use shrink wrap, or in this case I use the gallon size plastic, because what it does is if you cut around the edge, it allows you to have 2 sides instead of just the one. So you just take your scissors and you just basically cut this bag, and then you will have one sheet of plastic like this. Then you want to go ahead and place the sheet of plastic over the top using your tape like this. And then basically you just want to be able to surround the edges of your one side of your greenhouse, and then you want to continue this. So I'll just go ahead and continue this real quick, and then you're going to see a more complete version because I've already completed one. So you just take it over like this. You want to continue it. The idea is also you want to make sure that all the sides of it are completely sealed. So when I get to one of the things, when I get to like a corner or whatnot, I want to make sure I go ahead and put an extra piece of tape over the corner to make sure that I can get it completely sealed. So let's just continue this. Alright, look at the corner. And then what I was talking about the corner is just take an extra small piece, go ahead and place it on the corner right here. And you want to make sure it's completely sealed. So if you need to add some more tape around the edges, your idea is that you want this completely sealed into one. So I already completed one. Here you go. This is what it looks like when it is fully complete. It is not meant to be pretty, it's meant to be functional. So as you can tell, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides that are complete, and then there's one side that is not. I also went ahead, as you can see, I went ahead and put the thermometer here. I believe that you got one inside your K12's one right here, which is inside this little box, and you can then just tape it to the inside. So you can see that that is complete. So I'm going to put this to the side, and we're going to continue with it. I do recommend, if you do have a foam cup inside your K12, I'm not sure if everyone had received these or not, but just go ahead and get a foam cup. It's probably the best one to use. You can again get them cheap anywhere you can find them. Then you did receive some soil from K12. So what you do is go ahead and take some soil, and if you didn't, you can just use any soil. And you just want to go ahead and fill up your cup with your soil, just to the side, and you want to make sure you level it out. So now you will have a total of 2. One will be the control one, which will be outside, and the other one will not be. It will actually be inside of the greenhouse that you just created. So I went ahead and just get radishes, which again, it's totally up to you what you want to use, but I believe this came in my K12 box, and so I'm going to go ahead and use that. So I'm going to go ahead and count how many exactly I have. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and put, say 3 of them. Sometimes with me, I go ahead and do that because not all of my seeds germinate for some reason. basically I want to go ahead and go down about maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Okay, on both sides. Go ahead and place my 3 seeds into the same place, my 3 seeds again into the same area. Okay, and then I just want to just barely cover it up like this. Now, to make this a controlled experiment, again, I'm using the exact same cups, the exact same soil, the exact same seeds, and also another thing is I have to use the exact same amount of water. So you can go ahead and take your spring water that is out of your K12 thing, or use any spring water or any water in general. There's some sort of a, you can use anything to basically measure the amount of water. Just all needs to be the exact same. I'm using the cylinder that K12 provided, and so I'm going to go ahead and fill it up to the exact same amount, which is 20 milliliters. I'm going to go ahead and place the 20 millimeters and put it directly over the top of my soil, and then let it sit and it'll actually absorb it a bit. So I'm doing the exact same amount for each one, such as 20 milliliters. And then the idea is every time you water your plant, you want to make sure you use this, because you want to make sure the exact same amount of water is in there each time. Because if not, then someone can argue that the amount of growth and whatnot and temperature is changed because of the amount of water. So I'm going to go and put these to the side. There it goes, there we go, so here you go. And then what you do is then in a lit area or lit place, you want to then just place one of them over the top of your, place your greenhouse over the top of one, and you want to let it sit outside. If today's not a good day because it's raining or whatnot, then go ahead and just wait for a day that it's going to be somewhat sunny. But you want to get that outside. Then the idea is that you're going to be using the temperature here, as well as, if you can either use use the internet to find out exactly what the temperature is right outside your house at every single time that you need to check. Or if K12, I can't remember if they gave you 2 thermometers or just 1, but for sure you have 1. So if you have 2, that's fine. Just go ahead and pull the second one out, which I obviously have 2 because I have a bunch of them. And you just want to kind of lay it next to it. You want to make sure you indicate exactly what the temperature is on each one, and that will make sure that you can start your data. I do recommend that you do it at least, you keep track of inside of the greenhouse and outside of the greenhouse, probably 3 times, at least 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and night. But the more that you check it, the better. Just make sure they're the exact same amount of time. Or the exact same time. So if you're going to check it at 5 p.m., make sure it's every single day at 5 p.m. So when you actually start graphing your minutes, it could be at the exact same time every single day. And then you can split it up by the times. Example, you can do a morning graph, an afternoon graph, and a nighttime graph, and then you can graph that with different colors, and you can see what the drops are in temperatures at each time frame. So that's just a quick instructional video for you guys to be able to understand exactly what I'm looking for of constructing the greenhouse, putting the seeds in and whatnot, and be able to actually grow them. This actually is due in about 3 to 4 weeks. There's not an exact date when it is due. I just need it probably before the 17th, so 16th to 17th of December. And that could be when it is. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that if you have any questions, you can call me at 951-609-6742. Thank you guys. Bye.